Thanks for clicking this video. My name is Antonio Romano, and today I'm going to show you a full day of ketogenic eating. So I haven't done one of these before, but this one's going to be very much what a day could look like for you if you do a lot of fasting. So if you don't do a lot of fasting, that's still fine. You're still going to see all my meals, but the timing of this is going to sound very odd to you because I always do like an 18 to 20 hour fast if I feel like it. If I want breakfast one day, I'll eat breakfast, but today I was particularly not hungry and I was very busy doing lots of tasks for a lot of admin activities basically for my YouTube, and in general I haven't eaten like 28 hours. So basically I did a full day fast from yesterday. And one good fasting tip too is if you're interested in doing any sort of fasting, you can pick up an exogenous ketone product, and basically these help with fasting. They're the only thing I consumed today. Just during my workout I had a bit of this with some pre-workout, and that very much helps with fasting. So ketone supplements will reduce your appetite, and because I want my page to focus more so on keto fitness, keto bodybuilding, I figured I'd kind of throw in a tip about the supplementation you can do on keto dieting and optimizing keto performance even when you're fasting. So yeah, I mean, one last thing I'll close off with here is that I've been doing a lot of, I guess, like I said, admin stuff for my YouTube. Just hit 100 subscribers, so thanks for that one, guys. But I also created a Facebook page today where basically I'll put the link in the description. You can go and talk with other people who are interested in keto dieting, share some tips, learn from other people. So in general, if you did want to, learn from other people and ask me any other questions, I mean, you're always welcome to ask me questions in the comments, but you can totally do this on this group and interact with people much more frequently. So it is new. There's not anybody on it yet, but you can join for free and just talk with people, get other tips and experiences that people do themselves, because there's a lot of nuances to this diet and a lot of people come up with their own little tricks. But anyways, I'll get into the food I'm eating. So this is going to be my first meal of the day, and I'm starting off with something high calorie. This is cod liver, like actual canned cod liver, and I'm just going to sit down here to satisfy my dog because she's very high maintenance. This is Daisy, by the way. So basically, cod liver is high calorie, but its liver in general is very high in nutrients. And overall, if you get your hands on liver or any organ meat, very nutritious. So for me, it's also like 500 calories for the whole can. So for me, coming off of a 29-hour fast, I'd rather start off with something nutrient dense, or 29-hour fast actually. Something nutrient dense and also something high calorie, because the last couple of days I haven't been eating enough calories, and weekly calories are still a thing. I am counting calories on my keto diet. You don't have to do this, but it is something you should do if you want the best results. Basically, you gotta be more precise. What gets measured gets managed. So for me, cod liver, cracking this one open first. And then I have in the fridge here some steak and basa fish. So I'll show you them both actually. So for me, I make most of my food, but I do live with my parents. So what happens is basically they'll make up a batch of like steak or fish or chicken or something in the beginning of the week, every week for all of us. And from there, I basically will have some meat in the fridge at all times. So it's always good if you have some meat group or some sort of meal that you always have in the fridge. Because if you do this, basically from there you can make, I mean, not everybody has a lot of time in their hands, but I'm sure everybody has time to at least whip up some eggs for one meal and then rely on the meal prepped food for the rest of the week. Oh, okay. So Daisy's gonna be up here for probably the rest of the video, just to keep her satisfied because she's very demanding. But basically, I'm gonna have the fish and the steak. It's good to have meats that are meal prepped in the beginning of the week. And then from there you can make an egg meal, a salad meal, and a meat meal. That's often what I end up doing. I usually do egg meal in the morning, salad meal for dinner. That's gonna fill you up. The salad's also gonna fill up your stomach and keep you full, and you can throw a lot of stuff in there. I'm gonna have a video coming out soon called the Chipotle Bowl Diet, because that's basically what my salad meal looks like. I'm not gonna be having one of those today just because I'm not particularly hungry, but I am gonna whip up some eggs and I am going to warm up that leftover basa fish and steak. So basically, once I get through those, that's plus the cod liver, is going to be a large amount of my calories. So this is the basa fish my mom made, and my dad made this steak earlier in the week. So I'm basically going to grab a scale and get this one. I just got it off Amazon, and I'm not going to measure this right this second, but actually maybe I will. Either way, you're going to grab the scale and literally just plop whatever you want to be on there. So very easy to count your calories if you aren't recording or holding onto a camera. A lot of people complain that it's tedious, but if you do want the best results, you kind of have to do it. It just allows you to kind of get a sense of how much you're taking in per day. So I'm basically going to do that for the steak and also for anything else that I'll throw into a big salad if I have one, but today I'm not going to do that. So measuring things with the scale is important, but today I'm just going to be throwing on the steak, the fish, then having my egg meal and no salad, and then cod liver, and then I'm going to show you guys my keto chocolate I got. You know what, I'll actually give you a little view of that right now. The keto chocolate looks like this. And basically, I have a recipe for this on my page. This is the keto chocolate, and it's very good. So basically, this is the part where I measure everything. And so I got some steak here. And just reset the scale. And one thing that always drives my dog crazy is when I have these cod livers, because the cod livers are organ meats and they have a very strong smell to them. So I think instinctively Daisy, like my dog, knows that like dogs are just drawn to organ meats, right? That's the luxury. And you know, it makes her very annoying when I'm meal prepping and recording at the same time. Okay, so you can see I have 187 grams of steak, and what I did was I actually threw that on top and reset the scale, so that's 187 just for the steak, not with the fish included. Yeah, I'm really trying to get some extra calories in today because I didn't eat too much, so I'm gonna throw some of this grass-fed ghee on top of my steak and fish. So ghee is basically clarified butter, and this is grass-fed, so it's very healthy. It's basically like a superfood, very nutrient dense because butter, like real butter, not grocery store butter, is very healthy for you. So I'm gonna throw that on there, get some extra calories, get some extra nutrients in there. I didn't eat too much yesterday or the day before. I've just been very busy and fasted, so I want to ensure that I can kind of get enough calories overall. Okay, so this is the meal here. This is basically cod liver. It's not the prettiest looking liver I've seen, but what I always say is that somebody could give you cod liver and say that it was like the most delicacy salmon, and you'd probably believe them, depending on which restaurant you're at. So I also got the steak and the basa and the ghee on top. So yeah, that's basically meal number one. The cod liver is really good, very nutritious, but I just love the taste of it. Yeah, one thing I really like is hot sauce also. So this is something I'm gonna throw on this meal. This is Dawson's hot sauce, Canadian brand, Hamilton-based, Ontario. So I love this. This is the sweet pear chili, and I'll basically throw some of this on there as well. But I'm not even gonna attempt to do that with one hand in a camera. You get the point, there's the sauce. You'd also throw in a bit of mayo, so I basically got like a little bit there. Goes nice with the hot sauce. All right, so that was meal number one. Around 1,000 calories, good distribution of fat and protein. I don't have MyFitnessPal right now because it keeps crashing on me for some reason. I think the service is down. So I'm guesstimating around 1,000 calories, good distribution of fat and protein. And a lot of people will tell you that you have to be afraid of protein on a keto diet. You don't, especially if it's a fatty protein, because when you mix macronutrients together, that diminishes the insulin response of protein. And additionally, protein that's not whey protein is going to have a lot lower of an insulin spike. So steak, barely anything that you have to worry about. Fish, barely anything you have to worry about. And cod liver, definitely not as well, because that's like 90% fat. So now I'm gonna move on to my egg meal. So as I mentioned earlier in this video, I typically have a egg meal, a meat meal or fish, and a salad. Today I'm not having the salad, but at the expense of the salad is I'm going to show you guys some really cool keto desserts. So the first one's going to be a little bit of keto chocolate that I like to snack on, and the second one's going to be a keto yogurt, so like a frozen yogurt type thing. I'll make a video on that one separately, but you can find the chocolate one already up on my YouTube. So the keto chocolate. Yeah, I'm not kidding, guys. This is real keto chocolate. It looks dark, but it's actually not dark chocolate. And basically, I mean, you could measure this. I know that this is like 36 calories, basically. So something like that. I'll have the calories on screen. The whole bar is 185 calories, and this is delicious. This is like real milk chocolate almost. A lot of people will recommend dark chocolate on keto, but you can actually have like milk chocolate with this. So I'm just gonna snack on that before I make my eggs. Get a little bit more calories in, and overall, very low calorie snack. Very low calorie, tasty. Cold though. If you have a sweet tooth, it's very good. Depends which protein powder you use though. That'll greatly impact the taste, but only 3 ingredients. You can find out on the video on my page. All right, so I got my eggs right here, and I gotta take a little bit of this ghee and put it on the pan. Basically, use that, and I also use a little bit of avocado oil. So I also use a little bit of this avocado oil. It's got a little lid full of it there. Avocado oil is really good for being exposed to high heats, and you want a fat oil that is stable, so you don't want to be eating any vegetable oils. Those are very bad for your health. They're very inflammatory, and they create a lot of oxidative stress in your body. So don't have any canola oils, don't have any sunflower, no seed oils, none of that. No processed vegetable oils, and you'll be doing miles for your health. All right, so another thing I do is I take the cheese and meat that I'm throwing on my omelet, basically, and I'll measure that out as I'm kind of preparing the oil on the pan for my omelet. So I don't know if you can see, but I have 33 grams of cheese right there, and I basically measure that out beforehand, and then I'll take the ham. I normally don't, tear it with my hands, but for the sake of this video being done quickly and less awkwardly, I'll throw that all in the pan, and basically we got an additional like 27 grams right there, or 26 grams. All right, so I got my eggs here, and basically fried these up, and I'm gonna throw a little bit of mayo and hot sauce on there. Got some cheese, Friulano cheese, and ham as well. So ideally, this is how you would be putting hot sauces and, well, caloric sauces on top of your meals. So basically, turn the scale on, and from here, that's, if the sauce has a calorie count on it, most hot sauces don't, then you would want to measure it. So basically, just like that, set the scale to 0 and put the hot sauce on. This one doesn't have any calories anyways, but mayo typically does, so we're still at 0, but I'm gonna put some mayo, so basically that right here, and mix that in with the hot sauce. And there we go, about 7 grams of mayo. So if you're somebody who's doing like a show prep, you'd probably want to count that because it's just higher in calories, but at the end of the day, you wouldn't really need to count something like a little bit of mayo. However, in the grand scheme of things, it would be better if you did count it. So that's the eggs, hot sauce, cheese, ham. I love it. Yeah, this stuff is truly my favorite. It's one of my favorite meals out there, especially if you get a great cheese with it. And basically, if you can pick it up with a fork and consume it, it's delicious. All right, so for my last meal here, basically gonna be closing out on my calories, but this is a nice little snack, a good little dessert for you to try. Basically, you wanna get some Greek yogurt, so you wanna make sure that the sugar on this is very low, so in this case it's 5 grams total. Considering that I eat basically no carbs all day, that's totally fine. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some tablespoons of this and plop it into here. So, oh, well, my scale just turned off as I did that, but you're going to plop this in here. Until you get to around 170 to 200 grams. And once you're close to that, this should start tasting really good. So I'm at around 160 and plus 15, so 175. And then what you do is you can add some cream or you can add some cream cheese. I don't really want to do that with this flavor. I'm basically going to add in the protein powder. So that is the Cinnamon Toast Crunch GNC brand protein, which I got. Basically, I don't have the tub for this one, but I do have a sample, which I got from doing a demo I did at a gym for GNC. So basically, plop that in there, 22 grams of protein powder. And basically, you're gonna wanna stir this up. Okay, hold on. You're just gonna start stirring this up and mixing it in. So right away, even from there, this is like ready to be a little snack. This is Cinnamon Toast Crunch Whey Isoburst protein powder. And you know, sometimes you could throw in like other flavors. I got a red velvet over here. I got a mint chocolate chip. I got chocolates. I got cookies and cream. I have a lot of protein powders, but basically you could mix in any flavor you like. You're gonna wanna experiment with different kinds. So basically this is already ready to be a snack, even on its own, just with the yogurt. However, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of these pecans. Basically, I like them refrigerated. It's a nice crunch. And you can basically grab a handful. I put in around 20 grams, maybe a little less, yeah, maybe a little bit more. So basically 20 grams of pecans, you can stir that in. If you want more calories, if you want more of a snack, you can also add in some almond butter. So the one that I like is this Kirkland, just unflavored natural almond butter, nothing with any sugar in it. And you could add in a tablespoon of that on top as well, kind of like this. You'd also want to measure that because almond butter is very caloric, so you got to be careful if you're counting your calories. And you could throw in basically a small bit of almond butter on top. If it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavor already, it already tastes amazing. But you know, a little bit of almond butter makes it even sweeter if you have a sweet tooth. So only 8 grams this time. You can put a little more, a little less, whatever you like. So the last thing I have here is also my omega-3s cod liver oil, and sometimes I get a specialized fish oil. So this one has coenzyme Q10 in there. I basically take 3 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of those. Sometimes I drop down on the fish oils. Just recording this so you know the type of supplementation I do as well. So that was my full day of eating, 1 meal a day, keto meal plan. So I use intermittent fasting. Last thing I'll say is it is a great tool to accelerate fat loss, and prolonged fasting is even more powerful, but not everybody likes to do it, and you don't have to do it. These are all simply extra strategies to really amplify fat loss if you're on a short timeline. This video was a bit messy, and I also will have the macros displayed here. I can't really talk about what they are specifically because my MyFitnessPal is down. Doesn't really speak too well about the app itself right now, but off of my judgment of how many calories that should add up to, basically it should be around 2,000 calories, give or take. Fat to protein should be somewhere, I'm guesstimating, between 70% fat, 30% protein, somewhere around there. No big salad today. I'll save that for another full day of eating video. For me, I also had a great workout today. Didn't film any of that, but maybe next time I will, and show you that you guys can hit very intense bodybuilding training, fitness training on a keto diet. So if you want to see something like that, let me know. I'll answer any question that you have for me, so leave that in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Additionally, if there is something you wanted me to show you particularly, because this full day of eating was very requested, let me know and I'll make it. Overall, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was valuable for you. And the last thing I'll close off by saying is that, you know, with regards to any of this stuff, ketogenic dieting is totally healthy. It's something that will get you in the best shape of your life, but I almost do it at this point more so for how I feel and performance. And mental performance is what I'm talking about, physical performance also, but the way I feel day to day, I'm not dependent on food. And today was a perfect example for that because I literally fasted like 30 hours. So the thing is, you just shouldn't do that every single day, but you can. Our bodies are made for it, and it's a natural cleansing mechanism and detoxifying method for our bodies. So overall, I highly encourage you to research more about this diet, to watch more of my videos, if you're not somebody who is already up to date on a lot of this stuff, start researching more, because this is something that could really change your life in a lot of ways, and I firmly believe that. So either way, hopefully this video was valuable to you. Thank you for watching. My name is Antonio Romano. Peace.